Hello children, welcome to online class, first language English, 10th standard. Today we are going to through the lesson that is a wrong man in workers paradise. Now, who has written? This lesson is written by, that is Rabindranath Tagore. To tell about Rabindranath Tagore, that is his lifetime is 1861 to 1941, and he was a Bengali poet, philosopher, artist, playwright, composer and a novelist. India's first Nobel laureate. Tagore won the 1913 Nobel Prize for liberating for a seminal work, that is Gitanjali, for his literature. That is, the literature is Gitanjali. For that only he got a Nobel Prize. And he had composed the text of both the India's and Bangladesh's respective national anthem. So he has written both the national anthem, Indian and Bengali. Then next one, we'll go through the lesson. He has written a beautiful lesson, that is A Wrong Man in Workers' Paradise. Then we'll see that. That is, if you have a garden, you grow not only coconuts, vegetables and fruits, but also roses. Why? So, to tell the reason why we grow roses along with the vegetables and everything, fruits, because fruits give, that is, fragrance, and also the flowers also give fragrance, but they look beautiful. They make the garden beautiful. So that's why, to enjoy the nature, that is, to see the beauty of the nature, what we do, we grow all the plants together in one place, then we use them. That is, we use vegetable as well as we use fruits, then we use roses also. Okay, now coming to this lesson, the man had never believed in mere utility. Utility means what? That is, how it is used. The man never believed that he should do anything just because it is useful and productive. He was of opinion that it is not necessary, that something should be done only if it is valued and useful. So that was, he never believed in mere utility. Second para, having had no useful work, he indulged in mad whims. He made little pieces of sculpture, men, women, and castles, quaint earthen things, dotted over the seashells. He painted this. He wasted his time on all that was useless, needless, and people laughed at him. At times, he vowed to shake off his whims, but they lingered in his mind. See here, how he used his time. He had no useful work, but he indulged. That is what he was interested in, mad whims, that is useless whims. He made little pieces of sculpture. See here. He made little pieces of sculpture. What type of sculpture? Men, women, castles, and earthen pots. That is dotted with the seashells. And he painted. Thus, he wasted his time on all that was useless, needless. That is no need of them also. But these things are used for what? These are used for cooking, of course, but these are used for decorating. And this also for decorating. And people laughed at him. But what happened? On seeing his work, useless work, people were laughing at him. At times he vowed. But even then, after hearing the laugh, then what he did? Then he vowed, that is, he made up his mind, that is, he won't do it again. But even then, the same thing lingered in his mind. He was very interested in doing the useless work only. Useless work means here, like this sculpture. The next one is, third para, some boys seldom ply their books only yet pass their test. Some boys, no, that is, they don't study. They throw away the books. They don't uh, maintain it. But what happened? They pass their test also. Without reading, they pass their test. It depends upon the concentration or anything, luck, anything. But a similar thing happened to this man also. So this man who has come to heaven, he happened the same thing to him also. He spent his earth life in useless work. How he lived on earth when he was alive. Then he spent his time in useless work. And after his death, the gates of heaven opened wide for him. After his death, where he came? He came to heaven. The gates of heaven opened wide for him. So even though he didn't do anything, any useful work. Fourth para, but the moving finger writes even in heaven. So this is a moving finger, that is a fate. Here, moving finger is considered as a fate. So this fate, it writes in heaven what it wrote for our man. It came to pass that the aerial messenger who took charge of the man made a mistake and found him a place in workers' paradise. So who made a mistake? That is the fate. That is aerial messenger. That is who took charge of the man. So we hear, no, when man dies, his soul is directed towards heaven or hell based on his then good action or a bad action. But here the same way, the aerial messenger who came to take his life, what he did, he made a mistake. How? What mistake he made? He placed that man in workers' paradise. So that was a mistake happened where? In heaven also. In this paradise, you find everything except leisure. So the paradise where he entered, that is workers' paradise already. Those workers, they don't find leisure at all. Always working, working, working. But they work happily. They don't feel tired or bored or anything. They work happily. Sixth parasailing, here men say, God, we haven't a moment to spare. What? The men, they don't feel that they don't have a time to spare. That is to take rest. Women whisper, let us move on. Time is flying. So what happened? Even ladies also felt very happy to continue the work. So that is because time is flying. And all exclaim, time is precious. So they are explaining what? Time is very precious and we have our hands full and we make use of every single minute. So the people who are working in paradise continuously, they never felt boredom and also they were very happy to work continuously without a rest. And moreover, they didn't want to waste even a single minute. They were very seriously working. They sigh complainingly, and yet those words make them happy and exalted. Even though they were complaining like this, but they were very happy to do the work continuously. Now, seventh para is telling, but this newcomer who had passed all his life on earth without doing a scrap of useful work did not fit in with the scheme of things in workers' paradise. So our man, that is who came to heaven, who was wrongly placed in heaven, what happened to him? He passed all his life on earth also without doing any work, any useful work. But so what happened? He did not fit in with the scheme of the things, that is workers' paradise. What is the scheme? Continuously working without any leisure. So that the man was not fitting in that place. He lounged in the streets absently and jostled the hurrying men. How? He was going here and loitering on the streets absently and jostled, that is, he was dashing the people, the hurrying men who all came opposite to him on the street. Then hurrying, they are all hurrying. Why? Because they had to finish the work quickly, no? They were hurrying. And so he dashed, then he was going in between them on their way. Then he lay down in the green meadows. So what happened? Otherwise, what he would do? He lie down on the green meadows or close to the fast flowing, that is a stream, where in green meadows, or he may be then standing where to the flowing stream, and was taken to task by busy farmers. The farmers also, then what they were doing? Then they also got angry with him because he was disturbing them, and he was always in the way of others. So always what? was coming in between them and disturbing them. So the next one is, so that is the position of our man in heaven. So that was everything was extraordinary, this man's action. And a bustling girl went every day to a silent torrent. Silent. Why that silent? Torrent means water. That is a waterfall. Torrents mean that is a waterfall. I believe torrent. Torrent means waterfall. But what happened? That is a bustling girl. That is, she was going very fast. Then like the very active. Went every day to a silent torrent. Why the silent? The torrent means waterfall. Why it was so silent? Because even the torrent also didn't want to waste its energy. That is singing, the sound. The waterfall will fall now. When it falls, what happens? It gives a noise. Even the waterfall also didn't want to waste its energy, so it fell. That is, the waterfall was flowing water very silently. So this bustling girl, who was very active and went every day to a silent torrent. So like this, then for what? To collect to fill her pitcher. So this is the pitcher. And the pitcher means that is here, this one, then that is used, that is pot used for collecting water. The girl's movement on the road was like the rapid movement of a skilled hand on the strings of a guitar. So you might have seen a musician, that is when he plays his instrument, then how he places a hand that is fast than playing on the strings of the guitar. So here she was going like that. That is the speed she was going was compared to the string of a guitar. Her hair was carelessly done. See, then she didn't comb her hair also. Inquisitive wisps peeped often over her forehead. So inquisitive means then all then curls then came, then that is on her forehead to peer at the dark wonder of her eye. So those curls, then that is her hair, what happened from her head, it came then to see the dark wonder of her eye, to see her eyes. That means then that is the hairstyle. That is what happened. It was touching the eyes. So it was giving this type of idea. What is that? Peeped. That is this peeped often over her forehead to peer. They were all coming from the forehead falling down to see her eyes, wonder of her eye. The idler was standing by the stream. Who? Our man, idler. He was standing by the stream. As a princess sees a lonely beggar and is filled with pity. What happened? Then that girl, then she was looking at this idler. Then she was the princess and he was a beggar. So like that, a princess was sees a lonely beggar and filled with pity. She felt very sorry because he was standing without any work. So the busy girl, then heaven saw this one and filled with pity. So the busy girl, then in heaven saw this one and was filled with pity. So the girl who saw him standing all alone near the stream, what happened? Like a princess, she saw him and pitied him for not having any work. Aha, she cried with concern. You have no work in hand, have you? Then she wondered and asked him, you don't have any work. The man sighed, work? I have not a moment to spare for work. What he told our man, he told, I don't have any minute also to spare to do any work. The girl did not understand his words and said, I shall spare some work for you to do if you like. What the girl suggested, if you don't have any work, then I will give some work for you if you are ready to do, if you are willing to do. The man replied, girl of the silent torrent. Why he told the girl of the silent torrent? Because he met her always where? Near the torrent, that is silent torrent only. All this time I had been waiting to take some work from your hands. What he told her? I am waiting here and looking for you only. The reason? Some work I want to have from your hands. What kind of work would you like? Then she asked, will you give me one of your pictures, one that you can spare? Then what he asked her? He asked one of the pictures. That is, she carries to bring water, no? Then he asked her to give her pitcher, that is a pot she carries water, so that what he would do. Then uh, for what? Then no, I shall. She asked again, a pitcher, you want to draw water from the torrent? Then what she thought? Because he's asking pitcher, then suppose he would have then wished to help her to carry water. She thought, but what that man told, no, I shall draw pictures on your picture. See here, picture and a picture. That is a homophone, but spelling is different. And here, and he also wondered, then because when she asked what you would do with that, whether you want to bring water for me. But what he said, no, I don't want to do anywhere, but I will draw some pictures. See here, can you see the pictures on the picture? So like this, he wanted to draw. And the girl was annoyed. And because she was surprised, because they never heard such type of painting or drawing or anything. So she was surprised. Pictures indeed. I have no time to waste on such as you. Then I'm going. And she walked away. Then she wondered, and then she was not able to understand. So she said, okay, then I am going. Then she left the place. But how could a busy person get the better of one who has nothing to do? Because she is that is working continuously without any rest. Whereas this man is a lazy man without doing any work. How this will go together? Every day they met, and every day he said then to her, girl of the silent torrent, give me one of your then pictures, that is clay pictures. I shall draw pictures on it. So this is all made of clay. Then he kept on asking every day, that is that girl, to give her picture. That is, he wanted to draw some pictures on that. Then she yielded at last because she asked many times, so she agreed. She gave him one of her pictures. She gave one day, that is her picture. And the man started painting. He drew line after line. He put color after color. So he did beautifully. That is line after line and color after color. And when he had completed his work, the girl held up the picture and stared at his sides, her eyes puzzled. When that work was over, then she took the picture and then she started looking at the picture, wonderful, with a great wonder. Brows drawn. So then surprised, amazed, she asked, what do they mean, all these lines and the color? What is their purpose? Then she asked, what is the color of the meaning? And sorry, what is the meaning of this color and the lines? Because I don't understand anything. And the man laughed. Nothing. A picture may have no meaning and serve no purpose. And what he said, picture we draw, that is not for any purpose or not any for meaning. Because simply we like it and we draw, that's all. Then the girl was puzzled because without any meaning, they don't do there in the heaven. The girl went away with her picture at home, away from prying eyes. Prying eyes means the people are watching. Then that is they are ready to poke into her personal matter. So that type of people were watching her. She held in the light, turned it round and round and round and scanned. So then she was wondering what type of lines, what type of color on the picture, and he has painted. And at night, she moved out of bed, lighted a lamp, and scanned it again in silence. When everybody went to sleep, again she took the picture and then she started scanning. She started observing his drawings. For the first time in her life, she had seen something that had no meaning and no purpose at all. So that was the first time, because always her work was going to the torrent and then get water. That only she knows, continuously going and coming like a water sitar string. So that she never looked here and there. But here, this man then made her think differently. So he drew pictures and gave the picture to her, and she saw. Then she was amazed. She was completely changed. When she set out for the torrent the next day, her hurrying feet were a little less hurried than before. Then her steps now started then moving very less speed. She was not going that much faster. She was going before. What happened? Next day, then after seeing this picture, that's painting and everything, and when she was going to the torrent, she was going slowly. For a new sense seemed to have awakened in her. She felt something amazing, some interesting thing that she felt she has met in her life. A sense that seemed to have no meaning and no purpose at all. What she felt. So those lines and those pictures, no meaning and no purpose at all. So that type of work is also there in her life. Only she realized at the time. What do you want of me? Then she saw the painter standing by the torrent and asked her in confusion. Then he was surprised to see that girl without talking anything. And what do you want of me? Then only some more work from your hands. Again he was standing. Then again the girl asked her, why you are standing? What you want now? Then again some more work from your hands. What kind of work would you like? Then she asked, oh, now the picture painting is over. Then what kind of work next you do for me? Let me make a colored ribbon for your hair. He answered. And what for? Nothing. Then even the color ribbons also nothing. So then again she is surprised. See, this is the color ribbon she wanted to do. That is ribbon for her hair. And ribbons are made bright with the color. So then again he painted the ribbon also. The busy girl of a worker's paradise had now to spend a lot of time every day trying the colored ribbon around her hair. Then what happened? Now she started making that using the color ribbons to tie nicely in a different style, and then she looking very fine. That is in a different way. Then she was looking for entirely different. She was not doing her hairdo, but the front that is on her head that the front hair then used to then drop on her eyes, then to see, to have a look of her eyes. But here now what happened? She did her hairdo very nicely, tied the ribbon and looking different. And what she was doing, the minutes slipped by unutilized, much work was left unfinished. So because she was concentrating more on this decorating herself, and she forgot that is was slow in doing that water bringing work. That is carrying pitcher and bringing water. Then she was became little slow in her work. In workers' paradise, work had of late begun to suffer. So like that, all people now they became what? They became lazy, and like that, the work also went on very slowly. Before it was going fast, and now what happened? Then the entire scenario of heaven that is was changed. Many persons who had been active before were now idle. Idle means they became lazy. They are not doing any work and wasting their precious time on useless things such as painting and sculpture. So all the people who liked that, they also started doing painting and sculpturing. Now the elders became anxious. Now who are all watching these people change of attitude? Elders. The meeting was called, then all age, but such a state of affairs had so far been unknown, that is in the history of a workers' paradise. So this type of laziness they have never felt there in paradise. So what happened? The elders, no, they wanted to bring to the notice of the. They wanted to bring it to the notice of the younger generation also. See what is that? They wanted to show. See the work is going on very slowly. Something is then disturbed in their daily routine. The aerial messenger hurried in, who they called immediately aerial messenger, and bowed before the elders, and then what he made a confession. So the aerial messenger immediately went to the that is paradise, and then he accepted his mistake, what he made a mistake. I brought a strong man into this paradise. So the aerial messenger accepted that he brought the wrong man to the paradise. That's why it is because of him. All changes came in the paradise because of him. The man was summoned. Who was summoned? The man who was responsible for such a change. That is our hero. Then was summoned, and as he came, the elders saw his then fantastic dress, his quaint brushes, his paints, and they knew at once that he was not the right sort for a workers' paradise. On seeing his dress, then and carrying paint, brush, and everything, they felt because in paradise all are going and then running then to do their work, to finish their work, whereas this man was around standing and then with the brush and then that is shabby dress also with colorful dress. So they didn't like it. They felt that this man is not fit for that paradise. Stiffly the president said that the president of the paradise, this is no place for the people for the like of you. So you must leave. So he told them to leave. Whom? He told the person told our hero to leave the paradise. The man sighed with the relief because he was very happy You know, he was all alone, feeling bored without anybody to keep company with him. All people are going work. And he gathered up his brush and then painted. But as he was about to go, he was ready to leave. Then he was about to go. The girl of the silent torrent came, then tripping and cried. Then she came running. Then she also cried, "Wait a moment, I shall come with you." What he said? What she said? She said that she also wanted to join in. Then she also left along with the painter. And that is the elders gasped in surprise, because the elders never thought that girl would do like that. Never had a thing like this happened in workers' paradise. So nobody was then looking here and there, always working. But this girl, then after that, our hero went, then what happened? A lot of changes came in. Then she started admiring the color, the paint, and everything. So she also felt when he was about to leave to go along with him. I think that had no meaning. That is no purpose at all. So what is the thing that had no meaning and no purpose at all? Is a paint. So here, then the main thing is, that is what is the thing had no purpose and no meaning at all? That is, the people feel art is then they feel that it is not that much important, because the man seems to say that is usefulness. What is the usefulness? Is so through this lesson, Rabindranath Tagore wants to explain, that is, the man seems to say that the picture may not have a usefulness. That is what he has drawn, maybe not a useful, but it had a aesthetic value. That is, it gives happiness to our senses and arouse emotions. The central idea of the lesson is art for art's sake. It means that art need not have to teach values. It gives instructions or take a side. So art has got no value. A poem or novel can be enjoyed and appreciated, and even if it does not carry any message. So that was the theme of this lesson. So even then, again, the author perceives the man as an idler. So how is it that our hero is shown as an idler? And he calls the other place paradise in an ironic manner. That is, he is in paradise. That is ironic manner. Tagore is of the opinion that human beings need to have some recreation. So always work means, then you should have some recreation. The people should have some recreation. After working for some time, in this simple and humorous narrative, he very subtly attacks the people in the workers' paradise whose obsession is work. Broadly, Tagore also attacks those, that is, writers. He attacks the writers and poets also who think that art should have a purpose, and thereby trying to convey the idea that art is valuable as a art. The only objective for art is pursuit of pure beauty and pleasure. You should give pleasure if you see, that's all. So no message it is giving. So like this, Rabindranath Tagore ends this lesson. Okay, children, go through this and you try to understand. Thank you.